The rise of the far right could speed up the population decline of Europe. Projections show creating economic shocks, including slower growth and soaring costs from pensions and elderly care. Anti-immigration politics is on the rise across Europe, as shown by the gains made by far-right parties in the 2024 elections. Meanwhile, the anti-migration alternative for Deutschland AfD is pulling second in the run-up to the German federal election this month. But those wanting to shut Europe's borders must contend with a stark demographic reality. The continent's native population is expected to fall sharply over the next century in an era of low birth rates. So what does it tell you? It tells you that in the next century that Europe's birth rate, which is already facing serious decline, will even be far worse than it is already, of which we know that in Europe, Spain have the lowest birth rate, of which Spain is going to start a program starting May this year to May 2027 by giving some migrants that are in their countries already paper in order to fill in the gap shortages, the labor shortages they are having in their country, in order for these migrants to equally, in return, some of them might have children in their country to make up for this lowest birth rate that Spain is having. Experts warn that European societies will age more quickly without immigration, bringing forward a host of economic challenges as workforce shrink and care burdens grow. Most politicians on the left, on the central left and central right, recognize that migration is needed to ease demographic pressures, said John Springford, an associate fellow at the Center for European Reform think tank. They have sought to focus on tougher and often inhuman asylum rules in the hope that stricter border enforcement will provide political cover for higher regular migration. You see, it is good that the center right and center left is in touch with the reality, because it seems that in Europe it's only the far right that is not in touch with the reality, because no matter how stricter you want to control your borders, you don't want foreign migrants or immigrants to come into your country, you can't do without migrants in today's world, because the world is evolving and you need some of these foreign migrants or immigrants to fill in your labor shortages and a whole lot. And in terms of birth rate, you equally need these migrants in order to cover up for your birth rates, because all these migrants or immigrants that are coming in, some of them are equally going to have children in your continent, which most of these children are later going to become part and parcel of your society. So, and the Germans are going to the pool this Sunday, and the far right in Germany is being projected to come second out of the election, but it's only time will tell how Europe intends to address this immigrant issue or migration issue. Is totally left for Europe to think it thoroughly, because if they don't, this might lead to a disaster in the nearby future, that which, when their birth rate keeps declining, their labor force will keep declining, it will affect immensely their economy, it will affect the institutions in their countries, it will affect the jobs in their countries, it will affect the revenues in their country. It's left for them. It is their problem. How they want to solve it is totally left for them.